Welcome back, everyone, to the After Scales podcast presented by DJD Graphics, episode 90. I'm Jacob Dove, along with Shaun Blight. Also joining us is Hunter Hensel and Cole Morrison. And today's driver that is going to be featured from the Chili Bowl, doing our Chili Bowl segments, is WOUT HOFFMANS. We've had WOUT on before, but he's nice enough to join us back. Originally from the Netherlands, now residing in Texas, was busy just running the Tulsa Shootout. So, yeah, thanks, WOUT, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me back on.
So, well, I know we're kind of joking off camera, but I guess you got some explaining to do. But I know you did put out a post on social media saying that you apologize. So I want to go ahead and just get out of that way. But you did have a solid Tulsa shootout. Had that one hiccup there with that other driver. But I feel like, from a fan standpoint, that it was nice that, you took the blame for it. A lot of not many drivers these days do that. So shout out to you.
Yeah, no, we had a really good start to our Tulsa Shootout week. Started off with 2 heat wins from third and from fifth. So ever since then, I guess it kind of went downhill. I put a lot of pressure on myself to be better than I was last year, and I think the mind games just got to myself, got to my head, and I had a really good car, and I think I had the opportunity to make a couple features, and just in qualifiers, to put too much pressure on myself, and it didn't end up working out for me. So I ended up in the B main, and I was started second, got to racing really hard with Cole Schroeder there for the lead, and Drew got by me, and I was going into the last corner in third, one spot out of the transfer, and I was never gonna do anything like that, but then it was a split second decision, just going for the transfer spots. Nothing against Drew. I've raced with him quite a bit at Port City at the end of last year, and just went for the transfer spot. And I never absolutely meant to clean him out the way I did. It obviously ended up happening the way it did, and I got across the line, and I was like, they're never going to give me that transfer spot. So, yeah, like I said, I apologize to Drew. About 2 hours after everything went down, I went to go see him, and I wanted to talk to him in person too. Just give my apologies and tell him it won't happen again. And it was definitely not one of my proudest moments, but I have a hard time losing, man. So I put myself. I should have never been in that position in the first place. So I put myself in that position, and that'll not happen again. And what I did won't happen again either. I know how much time and money goes into this, and Drew's a good driver, so he earned a transfer spot, and he should have had it. So it won't happen again. And I'm glad that Drew was fine with talking to me, and I think we're all good now. So.
Yeah, it's like Jacob was saying, echo his comments. Good on you for owning it and going up to him. I know it's not easy, and there's a lot of pressure on you guys, and not to excuse anything, but you got 2,000 cars or whatever in that building, and you're trying to get every inch, every lap, and yeah, desperate times, man. You're not the first, and you won't be the last. So turn the page on that one and focus on the Chili Bowl, which again last year you had a pretty good run. And we're excited because we're going to have our logo on your car this year. Had my sticker on it last year. You got a different team this year, though. So tell us about going into Chili Bowl 2026.
Yeah, this year I've been able to get teamed up with Jody Rosenboom and Rosie's Raceland to make another attempt at the Chili Bowl and see if we can improve on last year. Last year was good with Grady Chandler. I had my best run so far at the Chili Bowl, which was only my second one, so we're still pretty new to it. I was able to make the prelim A main, which was my goal that year. So we're able to do that, and even managed to pull some cool wheelies, which I don't know if we're going to do that again this year. But this year, I'm excited, man. We ran the coin a couple of weeks ago, and we showed some really good speed. And really enjoyed working with Jody. He's on top of his game. So I know the car's going to be right, and I'm excited to have Johnny Bowen there too. I've been working with him all year. He's going to be helping us out there. So with those two guys in my corner, I don't see why we can't do some really cool stuff.
Johnny Bolin is a big name in the Tulsa Expo Center, so that's a good person to have on your side. Just even including the micros, how different are dirt midgets to anything you've ever driven before in your life?
Yeah, they're definitely way different. They're so small, and they have a lot of horsepower. So They're a very, or I guess the last couple of years, they've turned into a very aggressive driving style kind of race car. Everyone's always giving it 110%. And, if you're running to the top, you're probably going to get a slider thrown at you. So it's a very cool style of racing. And I like racing that way, hard racing, hard but fair. So I'm looking forward to the Chili Bowl and see what we can do there.
Going back to DeCoin, you started 22nd and you were able to finish 10th. You climbed 12 positions. So how do you feel that track translates directly to the Chili Bowl, or is it just like showing up to a completely different track?
Yeah, I don't think it translates at all. That place is so small. You barely ever get really up to speed, and it's not very wide. And it was definitely, I'm glad we went there to get myself some more laps in the midget and get the first race with Jody out of the way. And we were really good in qualifying. I went quick time in qualifying, and then I kind of stalled her in the heat when I got on the brakes too hard. You're going so slow around that place, so you don't have any wheel speed up, and then you hit the brakes and you stall them. So glad we were able to come through the field in that main event, and it's really hard to pass there. So to pass that many cars definitely felt good, and got some good momentum going into the Expo Center with Jody.
So obviously on Sunday is the practice day, and well, your prelim night is going to be on Friday, so it seems like you're going to have a lot of time on your hands. Anything that you're going to do to prepare throughout the week? I know, this is going to be my first time going to Chili Bowl and experience it, but I know everybody talks about the Chili Bowl flu, so I'm sure you're going to be wanting to try to stay out of the building as much as you can, get fresh air, maybe hang out, and probably watch some of the features throughout the week and get ready for your prelim night. And then also kind of a funny question, but Max Verstappen didn't win the F1 race this year or the championship. And I guess you can claim that you're the best Netherlands driver now, right?
I don't know about that. Max is really good, and he that comeback he had in that championship was pretty insane. So it's going to be a tough. It's always a tough week. I don't think it's going to be as tough as the shootout because it was from Monday through Saturday. 7 a.m. in the building, and you don't leave until midnight. So the days are not as long as Chili Bowl, which that definitely helps. You get some more sleep, and you're not in the building from 7 till midnight. So I'm just gonna get through practice. I kind of hate practice because you don't really know where you stack up. It's just getting a feel for the car, and as long as you're comfortable, I think you'll be good. So excited to watch all the races throughout the week, and I'm a race fan as much as I'm a racer. I love watching races, and so I'll be there every night and checking out my teammates and how everyone's gonna do. So I'm excited for the whole week.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, you raced Friday was your prelim night last year too, because you wanted to be able to pick a night where your friends and family back home could stay up late and watch. What's that support mean to you, and how excited are they for you for these big events?
Yeah, it means a ton. With the time difference, the checkered flag on the MA probably flies at about 7 a.m., 8 a.m. in the morning back home. So throughout the week, the people back home don't really stay up. So figured I'd go Friday so that it's the weekend for them and they can all stay up. And I have a ton of support from back home. Everyone loves it, and my engagement on social media is huge throughout these 2 weeks. So luckily, I have my parents here for the shootout and Chili Bowl, so I love having them here. That's why it's the best time of the year for me. It's the only time of the year that they get to watch me race in America. So it means a ton to have them here with me, and all the support from back home. It means the world to me.
So last time you were on this show, you mentioned Tom Harris as one of your racing heroes, and he's always been interesting to me because he's a guy from the UK, runs the Chili Bowl, does that sort of thing. I feel like during this time of year, we always hear about Skegness Speedway and that sort of thing too. But so would you say that there's probably a large contingent of drivers in Europe that are just itching to get out and do what you're doing right now?
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of people that have, tell me they want to do it, but just it's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard for me to leave home, and I don't just like Tom. He flies over here and flies back because he's got a whole life back home. I'm lucky. I got the opportunity when I was really young. I just graduated high school, and it was scary at first, man. You're leaving everything back home, and you're leaving your family. And I was 16 years old, and I moved to the other side of the world. So I don't know how many people are willing to do that and give up everything they know and they have back home. But it's definitely the best decision I've ever made in my life. I love my life right now, and I love what I'm doing. So it's been good getting to race Tom. I looked up to him as a kid, and he's the best guy back home still to this day. So it was cool to beat him at Chili Bowl the last 2 years, and hopefully we can keep that streak going.
Staying away from the Chili Bowl for just a second, coming to the U.S. to race dirt, was your goal to end up being the World of Outlaws high limit sprint car driver someday, or where do you want to see yourself in a year from now? I guess even.
That's hard to say. Things change very quickly in this world, and I just want to make a living out of racing. Racing's all I want to do, and that's why I moved to America. I don't see myself making a living out of racing back home. That's just not really how the racing is back home. So it's my goal is to make a living out of racing, and if it's in a sprint car, if it's in a midget, I love racing anything and everything. So I'll keep on racing as much as I can and see where it ends up.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, you had that sprint car deal. Now not going to be returning to that ride. Moving into 2026, do you have any special plans coming up for this year in the racing season?
Plans right now is I'm still living with Johnny Boland, and plans to race with Boland Speed and Performance. It's he's turned my racing careers around. Johnny is a really smart guy behind the wheel and also on the ranges. So he's done a lot for me the past year to get me up to speed, and he still is. I mean, after the shootout, the drive home was basically 5 hours of him telling me what I did wrong and what I need to do better to be better going into Chili Bowl. Not putting as much pressure on myself, and he's been there, done it. So I'm excited to be running with Johnny again for the whole year next year. Just hitting the bigger micro races, doing some big ring racing as well, and just racing as much as we can wherever we can.
All right. So you mentioned a little while ago, your engagement goes through the roof on social media this time of year. We're really excited to be a part of that. So follow WOUT on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want on social media, because we're going to be shooting some stuff, some content for WOUT throughout the week and helping him out and helping us out get some cool content. So just stay off the flip count, man. We don't want to see you there. Wish you really, really good luck. Before we let you run, WOUT, Jacob has our Tulsa Chili Bowl trivia, and he's got 5 questions plus a bonus question. So we'll see how you do. Go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, it might be tough being from the Netherlands, but now that you're in Texas, might be get more Americanized. But the first question is, what is the nickname of the University of Tulsa? It's about 2 blocks from the expo, and they have a special mascot.
That's bad because I used to live in Tulsa for 2 years. I'm going to throw a wild guess out there. Is it a Panther?
Incorrect. They're the Golden Hurricanes.
I didn't think I'd get that one.
All right. Next question is, which driver has the most Chili Bowl wins of all time?
Sammy Swindell.
Correct. What year was the first Chili Bowl Nationals?
That's tough. 1982?
You're close. It was 1987.
Close enough for me.
So why do they call the statue the Golden Driller?
Because Tulsa is the oil capital of the world?
Correct.
There you go.
Who won the Chili Bowl Nationals last year?
Kyle Larson.
Correct. All right, our bonus question here, and we're not expecting to get it because it's an old song, but every year during Spotify and Apple Music, it's on the top of the charts. Who sang the song Tulsa Time?
I've used it a lot on my social media the last couple of weeks. I have no clue.
Don Williams. Came out in 1978.
That's it. Yeah, when you said it, I remember reading it when I click it on Instagram or Facebook.
Well, man, we're really excited to catch up with you in person next week and wishing you the best of luck. Can't wait to see you wheel around the Tulsa Expo Center on Friday, buddy. Good luck. Go get them.
Yep, I appreciate you guys having me on. We'll be good seeing you again next week.
Good luck.
Thanks, Will.
And we'll be back right after this. Cole, Hunter, Jacob, and myself, we're going to make our Chili Bowl predictions. So stick around right after this.
After the Scales is proudly presented by DJD Graphics. From commercial and personal vehicles to racing bikes and cars of all makes, models, and disciplines, DJD Graphics can fully customize your vehicle to suit your needs. For more information, contact Darren and visit his website at www.djdgraphics.com. Tell him Shaun and Jacob sent you to receive special rates.
All right, everyone, welcome back. It is time for us to make our Chili Bowl predictions. And we've gone through night by night to pick our favorite to win and a dark horse to win. And then we're going to wrap it up with our pick to win it all on Saturday. And I don't think we've got anything on the line here, just bragging rights. I don't know. Maybe loser can buy the winner some beer or something, but we don't have any set qualifications for who a dark horse is, so we're just gonna run with it, see what happens, see who everyone comes up with, have some fun with it. Jacob, do you want to lead us off?
Yeah, and I just want to put it out there, I'm not putting my mustache on the line for these bragging rights. So if
Neither am I. It's all right.
Yeah. So hopefully I do well, but I don't want to put that out there. So for Monday, I'm going off with the obvious, and that's Kyle Larson. If he doesn't win Monday night, and I think it's the least amount of guys are running on Monday. So if he doesn't, something's wrong. The world might be ending. So I'm picking Kyle Larson. But my dark horse pick is a guy who has been kind of on the upward lately. He's a young driver, but he's got some good equipment behind him. He was on our After the Scales podcast before, and that's Drake Edwards.
Yeah, my heart would pick Drake Edwards as the underdog. I was going to pick him. I picked Larson as well. And my underdog pick really isn't much of an underdog, but Shane Golombek. If anyone's going to upset Kyle Larson, I think he's probably the guy to do it. He ran really well last year. So if you're putting money on Monday night, that would be a guy other than Larson that I think I would have a look at.
So unlike these two over here, I think I'm planning on shaving right after this, so I can put this on the line right now. And I'm glad it sounds like our definition of a dark horse is just somebody outside of the top 5 or 6 people who have consistently been good the past few years.
Yeah.
Because I also think my Monday pick is not a dark horse at all. So just Monday, I put down Larson myself, of course. You can't argue against that one. But the dark horse, which I cringe even calling him a dark horse because he's not, and he shouldn't be considered, but I feel like sometimes he gets overlooked just because he's a regional driver these days and doesn't run midget full time. But Tanner Carrick's my Monday dark horse pick.
Yeah, Kyle Larson swept the field with the winner picks. I had him too for Monday.
Yeah.
But my dark horse, Jet Yantis, coming off getting that golden driller taken right out of his hands. He is going to be wanting it more than anyone.
I like it. Like when I was looking at the dark horse picks for Monday, it's like it's pretty much everyone other than Larson is a dark horse when Larson's in the field. And that's not a disrespect to anyone. It's just kind of the way it is when Larson's involved. Nobody going with Cannon McIntosh. That's interesting.
I couldn't consider him a dark horse.
No,
That's the problem. Neither could I. And I was like,
that's fair.
Kyle beats him and he's not a dark horse. So
yeah. All right. Fair enough. Tuesday is, I think the most cars are registered on Tuesday. So go ahead, Jacob, who you got?
Yeah, Tuesday, another guy that's not much of a surprise for picking, and he's not a full-time midget driver anymore, but anytime he does come back and run, he's a threat. He just came off of running over in Australia and was really good. So he's going to have some pretty good momentum, and that's Buddy Kofoid. I'm still waiting for the day that somebody screams Buddy by a nose at the line. It gets that reference. And my dark horse pick recently is not much of a dark horse. He's from Oklahoma. He's moving up in the sprint car ranks now, but every time he's in the Chili Bowl, he does really well, and that's Hank Davis.
I like that pick. I really like that pick. I went with Seabell. He won the race at Champions last year. Kind of like Larson, I can't really bet against the guy. But my dark horse pick, and this is what I'm kind of picking with my heart because he had his heart broken last year on prelim night. It was the race of the week. It was between Brenham Crouch and Landon Brooks. And I'm picking Brenham Crouch to get the prelim win after what happened last year. I'm hoping that he can get it done.
My Tuesday picks also Buddy Kofoid. I mean, I remember watching him rip around the midget years ago before he was he comes from running the wing sprint car, but we knew we were losing him in the USAC scene soon by the way he was running back then. So He's a fun guy to always watch for me. And then my dark horse is probably my most dark horse of all of my dark horses, but even this guy is a superstar, and it's Ricky Thornton Jr. He'll be fun to root for.
Yeah.
That was my other dark horse that I did not pick, but I actually got Christopher Bell too, so we went 2-2 that time. He's just like Shaun said, he's hard to bet against, and he's one of the most talented guys I've seen behind the wheel.
Yeah.
My dark horse for Tuesday though is JJ Yaley. Been running for 30 years. Best he's ever gotten for second is second. He's one of these times he's got to get it.
That would be a popular win. Like,
oh yeah,
that would be that'd be a cool thing if he could pull that off. I think Wednesday, if you're looking for the most stacked night, you could take Wednesday or Friday, I think, but Wednesday is ridiculous. I think this is going to be the race of the week. Who you got, Jacob?
Yeah, Wednesday is historically pretty stacked, kind of middle of the week from practice until the Saturday features and the soup. So I think this is going to be a lot of people's pick, and that's Dason Pursley. I think this is the year for him to lose. Getting that Casey Kane racing ride in the sprint car, coming off the high limit Rookie of the Year title, running for Chad Boat. He just got a driller at Tulsa Shootout, so he's going to be coming with all the momentum in the world. And then I kind of went off the beaten path here, and this is a kid who's going to be moving up in the USAC non-wing sprint car ranks next year for a really good team, and he's historically pretty good at Tulsa Shootout, and that's Shelby Hinton. Maybe this is his year that he makes some noise with the midget.
I did not take Dason Pursley. I took Emerson Axum, and Dason Pursley, he's my pick to win the Chili Bowl. I'm just going to say that right now. But I do think Emerson Axum is the one guy that can maybe knock him off on Wednesday. My dark horse pick, and again, this is purely picking with my heart, the guy who would have come away with a driller if his car didn't break on the last lap, is Austin Torgerson. Friend of the show. We're shooting for him this week. Really excited. So cheering for Austin.
So my pick was also Pursley. I think he just got his first golden driller. He's going to be excited to try to get the big one for the Chili Bowl. But, I mean, I think there's probably upwards of 10 guys who can win this race on Wednesday night. Just looking through the list, you've got J.C. McDougal, Cale Drake, T-Mez, Alex Bright. There's a lot of guys that we haven't mentioned. Corey Day, Ryan Timms. So it's going to be crazy. But my dark horse, Douglasville, Pennsylvania, Tim Buckwalter. That's who I'm going with.
I like that.
See, my winner pick for Wednesday, I realized in your picks you guys weren't in California for Turkey Night. Corey Day waxed the field for 100 laps. I'm pretty sure he could take his prelim night pretty well. And then my dark horse is Caden Brown, the Australian speed car champion. He's running in Christopher Bell's equipment. It's gonna be, he's gonna be a unit.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Wednesday. We've also got friend of the show and fellow Canadian Jacob Dykstra on Wednesday, so I wanted to throw that out there as well. Thursday, go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, Thursday I'm actually going with a guy who ran really well this year in the Extreme Outlaw Midgets. Moving over to Keith Coons. Anytime you show up in a Keith Coons car, you're going to be competitive. Going with my twin, Jacob Denny. I think he's going to be really solid this year as long as he doesn't make any mistakes. And then not much of a dark horse, but he hasn't made the feature yet at the Chili Bowl, and that's our boy Ashton Torgerson.
Yeah, I like that pick. So I kind of took a dark horse to win on Thursday because I figure a favorite isn't going to win every night. I think Jacob Denny is probably the betting favorite, but I'm taking Briggs Danner to win on Thursday. He's fast. He's had a great year. I think strike while the iron's hot. I think he had mechanical problems last year in the Alex Bowman car. So, he flipped. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I knew something bad happened. But yeah, I got Briggs Danner, and I also have Ashton Torgerson as the dark horse. So they're kind of two dark horses, but I think those are two guys that can get it done.
So my main pick for Thursday is Tanner Thorson. I'm surprised I'm the first one to mention him. Four coil car. He's always on fire at the Expo Center. So I think from what I see, I think in my opinion, he's the one to beat on Thursday. And then my dark horse pick, I guess, thank you, Shaun, for calling him a dark horse, is Briggs Danner, which another Pennsylvania guy, super fun to watch. Yeah, great with the USAC wingless car this year. So he's always fun to root for as well.
Yeah.
Can't believe you guys left him to me. My winner for Thursday, I got Carter Sarf in the Chase Briscoe ride.
Yep.
My dark horse, our boy Danny Sams. Come on, it's his rookie year. No one knows what he's made of yet. He's gonna go out there and tear him up. Come on.
I'm excited to see him
Danny's
run a
gonna
midget.
tear something up. We'll
yeah.
I hope he watches this. Yeah, I actually had a coin. I literally flipped a coin between Carter Sarf and Ashton Torgerson for my dark horse pick. So
Carter Sarf is good.
Yeah, Carter at Millbridge, Carter was really, really good.
And he's in Chase Briscoe's equipment.
Yep, that's can't go wrong there. Nobody took Kyle Cummins, which is kind of interesting. He could upset some things there too. So, but Friday, Logan Seavey night. Go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, there's my pick, Logan Seavey. Yes. It is interesting, though. I feel like he's going to have some more teammates this year. Kevin Swindell is bringing 4 cars. So he's got some teammates to kind of bounce some things off of, but maybe kind of kicking the shorts that he didn't win it last year since he won it 2 times before that. So maybe a little more motivation to get back up there and win it. I know he's really close last year, and Kevin always brings great race cars. He was a great race car driver himself. If he wasn't in the wheelchair, I think he'd still be out there kicking everybody's ass. So, yeah, Logan Seavey's my pick. And then I know we mentioned him earlier, and he's not really a dark horse at the Tulsa Shootout, but he's a dark horse with the midget, with a new team with Chase McDermott, and that's Steven Snyder Jr. He just has the worst luck there, so I'm hoping he kind of turns it around and does well with a new team.
Yeah, Logan Seavey would be my pick. I just wanted to pick somebody different just for the sake of this exercise. So I'm just saying it like I would normally just pick Logan Seavey, but I am picking.
So you're picking Santino Ferrucci?
I am taking Steven Snyder Jr. To win. I think he's right there. He's an absolute wheelman. I'm excited to see what the future and the present holds in store for Steven Snyder. My dark horse, again, not even really a dark horse, but every time this guy gets behind the wheel, he makes shit happen, and that's our guy, another Oklahoma guy, Darren Pittman.
Legend.
Yeah.
Pittman's a good pick. I also went with CV Friday. Not much explanation there. Super consistent. And then I also, as my dark horse, got his first 410 sprint car win this year in Western Pennsylvania, Tri-City Speedway. Also going to be rooting for Steven Snyder Jr.
Yeah.
See, again, like Shaun, Steven Snyder Jr. is actually my winner pick for Friday.
Yeah.
I really think after watching him so much in USAC this year, I think he's just got it handled. He knows what he's doing. My dark horse is my buddy Hayden Reinbold. His only win this year was at the biggest moment at the 4 Crown at Eldora for him. I mean, he knows when to kick it into top notch. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, that was a cool moment to see him win that. That was that was really cool. So that just leaves Saturday, the big show. So let's go around the horn, Jacob.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Dason Pursley, it's his year to lose. I just feel like with all the momentum, he's been wanting a driller. He got one with Tulsa Shootout. He's got that backing with NOS, with the Chili Bowl and the Tulsa Shootout, and the NOS Energy Drink Chili Bowl. 40th annual, too, which is really cool to be a part of. Usually, whenever I go to a racetrack, and I'm a big NOS Energy guy, somebody from Team NOS wins. So if I had to pick a dark horse to win on Saturday, it would be Shane Galbeck, another NOS guy, because he's been actually pretty close. But I think Dason Pursley's got to get done. Chad Boat. It's kind of the next coming of Keith Coons in a way. He brings so many race cars, so much sponsorship and resources, and I think a Chabo car is going to be up there, and Dason's going to get the win.
Yeah, I took Axum to win on Wednesday just for something different, but Dason Pursley's my pick. I don't care where he starts. It's 55 laps again this year. It was only 40 last year, and if not for that banner coming down and bringing out the yellow, Dason would have won it. So I hope he gets it done. He's been at it for, he got his first driller after 15 years last week. So I think there's gonna be a lot of people pulling for him, and I'll be one of them.
So yeah, my Saturday pick is somebody I didn't mention in one of the prelim nights, and this is a little bit hopeful, but I think that we'll see another classic Larson versus Bell duo or battle at the end, and that would be great to see as a race fan. And I'm going with Bell on top.
My Saturday pick is again, like I said earlier, that turkey night really showed a lot for me. I got Corey Day taking the Saturday driller home.
Yeah, I think we can easily see probably 10 guys win. This is such a cool event. Again, 55 laps, so it's going to be a long day. Jacob's going to his first one. I'm already basically packed, and I leave in like 4 days, so I'm excited. Cole, you put together something really cool.
I actually got it right down here too.
Yeah, okay, so Cole kind of surprised us with this. I'll let him explain.
Down rewind after the scales flip count championship belt. We'll all take a vote, but we'll probably say I think Friday night would be best.
Yeah.
The most gnarly flip gets to take home that belt, and then some additives from some companies that we're getting a hold of as well. Make your weekend a little better after tearing your shit up.
It's badass.
Yeah, well, hopefully they don't end up in the dumpster on the first hour.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, we'll have to put together some kind of a voting committee or something like that.
Yes,
yeah. But that's really cool. Cole asked for our logo a few weeks ago, and I didn't know what that was about. But pretty cool stuff. I think that'll go over well. Even somebody has a shitty week with a bad flip, and at least gets to laugh about it. So
yeah, they still get to take home a trophy of some sort.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Any other storylines or anything that we're looking forward to next week?
I just think 55 lap race. It's been iffy the surface the past few years when it's come to the end with rubbering up on the bottom. I mean, I know for the shootout they were talking about there was a harder tire compound, and they were hoping it wasn't going to hit the track as much. I don't know if it's the same for the Chili Bowl, but when you have the race be 55 laps, I mean, it's really, really hard to prevent that. I enjoy how the flow of the race goes with the first 15 laps. It's like they're on the bottom, and then they move to the top, and then by the end, you can run wherever you want. But it's not at the end. It's more like before that final section of the race, and by the time the final laps are underway, the bottom is the place to be. So if they can figure out a way to make that flow of the race, move the track up to the top, and then leave the race line perfect for the end, that's what I'd like to see. But I know it's definitely a challenge if they want to keep that 55 laps.
And some pretty cool news today that dropped. Well, that guy right there, Tony Stewart, is going to be the Grand Marshal for the 40th annual Chili Bowl, which is really cool. Definitely my childhood favorite driver growing up with NASCAR and dirt and what he's done with Eldora. So it's going to be really cool seeing Tony there. I know Jeff Gordon was there last year. So looking forward to that. If a driver is watching this, I beg you to not use Simple Green on your tires. That's going to be the biggest storyline. Who's going to get EQ'd at the Chili Bowl? We had it happen past couple years. Just had it happen at Tulsa Shootout. So, guys, I know you're trying to push the envelope, go in the gray area, but best to not do it because the Blue Ridge Lab's probably going to come back and you're going to be disqualified.
And just racing aside, I know I've mentioned it probably on every episode almost that we've done this week, but if you've never been to this event, whether you're a midget fan or non-wing sprint car fan or sprint car fan, you've got to put this on your bucket list. This is one of the coolest events. I went last year and I knew I was going to have a good time, but I did not expect to basically have my mind blown by how much fun I had every single night. You have an opportunity to walk through the pits and mingle and chat with all of these amazing drivers who are just there to have a good time for the most part. There's only really a handful of guys that can really win this, and everyone else is basically there for the party. So it's a really cool atmosphere. The stands are packed every night. You got people singing Tulsa Time. It's really cool. So I hope everyone at some point, if you're a race fan, gets to check out the Chili Bowl.
And we appreciate everyone for tuning in today's episode. Thank you again to WOUT for joining us and wish them the best of luck. Thank you to Cole and Hunter for joining us. It's always a lot of fun. And hopefully all our picks come true. And thank you guys. Please like, subscribe as always, share our content, and we'll see you guys in the next one.